Hey guys, this is the minted soil that we done, or actually Stacy did this yesterday with the little bit of clay didn't get broke up quite as good, but it's turned into balls. Anyway, she did this in the electric cement mixer, and like I said, it's got different nutrients in it. Like I said, we're gonna make another batch. When we do, we're gonna get that on film next time. She was here. I went to a birthday party the other day for myself with my sisters. They took me out to eat, so. I didn't, and my brother. So I basically, Stacy stayed and done work. So we are gonna show you this soil that we mixed. I'll put it in this bucket because that's just an easier way to transfer it, because this won't quite fit in my garden. I got a smaller one that will, but it's being used for something else, so I'm just gonna do it this way. I'm gonna put this in a bucket. It doesn't take too long to do that. I'll take this bucket and we'll put in these holes that we dug the other day. Trying to make sure that they're centered. And we'll see if y'all can see this. Now, there's one thing that I haven't done yet that I need to do, that I'm fixing to grab besides this bucket. Let's move that dirt over for right now. We'll move it as we need it. There's another amendment that's sitting over there that I need to add into here. And, I'm gonna grab it real quick. It's basically rice bran, but it can be used for chicken feed, which is what I was originally using it for. So it can also be used as a slow release, low nitrogen, which is what I'm going to use it for right now. So I got enough to put in a couple of these holes. So put this one in this hole. I'll clean out the other hole and put some in it. But this is just once the roots get a little bit more established, they can come down here and grab some of this nitrogen. Strawberry plants don't have to have a lot of nitrogen to start there. This is just easy to do that with it. One of the things I can do, and sometimes do, is put phosphorus and potash down here for the roots also. But there's a good bit in the soil that they're going to be this mixture that I got right now. So there should be enough for them to get down here, and it'll leach down some. So like I said, this is more just for once the roots get down there. All right, we're going to fill it up about 3/4 of the way, because the very top round part has a little bit more sand in it. You can see from the color. There's another stick. That's coming out of the garden or out of the potash one. Try to break up some of these little clay balls a little bit better, but a little bit more, because it's going to be crowned up too. The crown's going to come up a little bit. Like this is higher than just this. I figured we made enough soil yesterday to do about 21 of these holes. I need to do 50 of them. Well, not now because I got a couple of them done already, but in the future, there should be about 50 strawberry plants. Every now and then they send you a few extra. I have enough row. If I do get a few extra, oh, wrong soil. That one used to be in the buckets. So should be enough to get the next one. Like I said, I ain't gonna make this a very long video, guys. Like I said, I'm just trying to show y'all a little bit of the simpleness of filling these holes up and how much actual dirt we did get made. Like I said, with the wheelbarrow, that took less time with that electric cement mixer. I'd use the wheelbarrow to bring it from here to across the road. And took less time to make that whole wagon full of dirt than it did for me to do a bucket the other day. Not a little bucket like this, a bigger bucket like that. Well, actually it was half of that white bucket. It was a blue one I was using, but same size. Put a little bit more in there. Clean these out. And so I have to make more holes. I think I showed y'all that the other day with the shovel, but I will make another hole real quick just in case. I don't remember now, some of the videos can record because I ain't the best at keeping an eye on the battery for the GoPro. I didn't realize how quick it runs out. So I don't know, some of them, piece of grass, a root actually, dead root, but still don't want it in here. Trying to keep these pretty close to the center. One of the things I am going to do, sounds a little silly, but since these aren't exactly perfect, I'm going to measure the center from each one and write it down. Once I lay the paper, the plastic ain't paper, it's plastic, black plastic, you will see that. Once it's down and laid, I'll know where the center of each hole is, starting from the first one. I can just, once I poke it, I'll know where it is and I can measure the cross. I'm clean these out because I got to come back and put the rice bran in there. A lot of people use cottonseed meal. I don't know how relatively available that is anymore. At least here. I mean, I'm sure it's in places, but I might have to go a little ways to get it. It might be local. I haven't seen it local, but it could be. But this works about it does the same thing. It might not be quite as strong, or it might be a little bit stronger in nitrogen. I'm not real sure. It goes off the protein. Not a protein it has in it. Like I said, I won't bore y'all with too much of this. I'm not trying to make them too long, and especially when it's just showing the same repetitive thing over and over. Brush pile right over there. You probably see it a little bit. That took over 30 minutes to make, even though I only showed y'all. Once you see the video, you'll see that video before you see this one. But in that video, you're probably going to see. I don't remember if it's. I think it might have been a two-parter even, but you're not going to see the whole amount of it. Let's put it that way. You'll see me make a couple cuts, pull out a little bit, start the brush pile, and then, like I said, after that, like I said, these you'll be already seen, so I'm not letting anything go new. These won't come out until afterwards. But then I used a chainsaw because my GoPro went dead. I had to do that on my phone. But you'll probably see one, possibly of one of those trees being cut out on the GoPro before you actually see this. Because all that stuff has to happen before this garden gets put together. Those trees have got to be gone. So that's going to happen next. I'm going to do this. I was making this one really quick on my phone while the GoPro is actually charging. And then, like I said, I'll be back and I'll cut out the trees once we get some of this done. And like I said, you'll get to see the plastic going down, the holes coming out. I'll actually go ahead and show you that real quick, how that's going to happen and what's going to make it happen. And then we're going to stop it. For one more bucket of dirt. Maybe not a hole. Finish off this other hole. And actually see a little bit further when I'm not standing right over how low they are. Trying to get them within about an inch and a half of the top. I ain't gonna be measuring with no tape measure. Eyeballing it. These other ones that have been done completely, I'll show you what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna save the dirt that I pull out to put back around them once I actually put the plant in. But all I'm gonna do is take this bulb thing, put down that like that. Wet enough, it actually catches the soil for me a little bit better. wetter, that soil would have actually stayed in the center until I tapped it out. Stacy, get Stacy to come over here with the camera. She's operating my phone right now. Make it a little bit easier for me to do this. Let her come over here and she can actually show you kind of what it looks like. And the roots of the strawberry will go down in that hole. And then, like I said, with the plastic up on it, it'll have a little X cut in it. And I'll fill that dirt back in from this bucket where it came from, but it's going to be caught in another bucket. It'll be in a big bucket. This little bucket ain't going to hold all those. But like I said, I'll have to do that to every one of those once I get them all made completely. And then, like I said, I'll measure the centers and I'll write it all down. I'll put the plastic down. I'll come back and cut my X's. And I'll put the plants in there. Like I said, you'll get to see all of those. That's the more fun steps of doing all of this. But like I said, I can just swap buckets. I'm gonna leave that dirt in that one. Leave that tool in there. I know that's where it came from, and I'll just use that bucket to finish filling up the hose. But anyway, like I said, I'm gonna show y'all. Y'all, like I said, y'all gonna see this tree earlier, but you see right now when I was actually doing this, that it still is there. But I need to get rid of some of this dirt because that's the only thing I got to carry the dirt in, and I made all that I can. So I'm gonna dig out the holes. I think I've showed this before, but just in case, if that was one of the ones that didn't make it, didn't actually get recorded, I showed one of me using a garden rake and different stuff to smooth these out. Like I said, some of them just got messed up. Actually, before I do that, I need to actually measure this hole. I'm going to be pretty close, but I'm going to be perfect here. And I don't want to fill them in, but I will show you one just in case if y'all missed it. Basically, all I'll do is just take the shovel, go down like that. I'm going to throw that dirt over here. So I got a whole lot of dirt still on the other side that I'm using from here. But normally this dirt, I was taking one shovel full of this dirt and putting it in over here back in the garden. And I was taking one shovel full of this dirt and putting it in a bucket. And I was mixing, which you'll see in a little bit, the same scenario. You're just going to see it on the other side. And the dirt's going to be coming out of a wheelbarrow. But just understand, that dirt that's in the wheelbarrow is out of this garden. It's the same stuff that I'm throwing over here on the ground. I just threw it in the wheelbarrow the other day and brought it across the road to make it easier to mix it with the cement mix on the other side. So, since I'm mixing the dirt with other stuff, if I put it all back in here, my holes would be a lot higher. So I only need half the dirt to take out of here to go back. Like I said, I will measure that one. That looks like it's a little bit off, but I can just, actually looks like it's a little too far this way. But I can do this, because they're kind of square anyway. And I can just move it to here, and I can make this hole closer to that hole. Like I said, vice versa, I can move it the other way if I needed to. Okay guys, I'm gonna call this one done, and I'll see y'all in the next one.